Hi, hello, and maybe even welcome back to a new video. It's Gina here, and welcome to my art corner. For today, I have again a practice for you guys, and yeah, I'm still figuring out different manga and anime faces, I could say, that like I just want to get the style that I like. Like this one, I'm still not sure how much I like it. I like the hair, and I referenced this, I changed it up, like the girl doesn't look at all like the girl that I took the reference of, but I just really thought the picture was cute with this hat and these flowers, and yeah, I just really tried it, and it was just only a practice, so it isn't something that I will make money out of it, but I just really wanted to share it with you guys, and I'm still trying these proportions because like anime manga having these big eyes, but I kind of like it, but I still feel like something is missing or something. It has to be a little bit more cohesive, but I also try to make the face a little bit different from the cutesy faces that I normally draw. And I even did go out, like, this is a little spoiler ahead, I did go out and make even a background for this, and I'm still between I like it and I don't know if I like it that much, but it's totally alright. If you practice, sometimes things will turn out the way that you want, and sometimes they won't work out as you wish. And that's absolutely fine, because with every drawing, like, I learned a lot of this, and even if I don't actually love it 100%, maybe some other people that will see this video, oh, sound this drawing, yeah, we like it, maybe, who knows, just let me know in the comments what do you think. And yeah, as always, I start with the sketching, and yes, you won't get like a sketching video, like I have the inking for you, I have the coloring, but I will try my best to sometimes also sketch and like record it. I tend to do that when I do my digital drawings, or like when I combine traditional and digitally. But with traditional, I'm still a little bit like shy and not really including this kind of sketchy face. It's just like really still, first of all, my first sketches can't really be seen on camera because it's really like, and sometimes I try to do the second sketching, I could say, on camera so you see it a little bit more, but yeah, it was also just practice, so I didn't really think about like recording it, only when I was at the inking and drawing phase, or like coloring phase. And I put so many details in this, like, guys, can you imagine how much it was also fun to like sketch them and ink them, but at the same time later in the coloring I hate myself for having this lot of small flowers there. But yeah, I really tried, and I was thinking about what colors I should give her, and later on there will be something that bothers me a little bit, and I will talk about it a little bit later when you can actually see it, and not that I take it away right away. But yeah, I'm just like, it's funny how so small patterns can be so much fun actually, like inking them, but coloring around them, like I said, I made also background coloring around them, isn't that much of fun. Like, it was actually a stupid idea, and I just should have used Posca pens for the flowers, but it's too late, I already colored this in, and yeah, here I am with the coloring. On the original photo that I actually really liked, as I've said, if I will find it, I will put it somewhere here so you can see it. I referenced a lot of things, but it still changed it up a lot, so she isn't really the same person. I also changed up the hair and everything, so like a little bit more my style and a little bit more anime manga like really an anime manga character. But what I really liked about the original was this really strong shadow. And I really wanted to try this contrast, like with the light having on one of her cheeks more and the other cheek being really, really dark and everything. And yeah, I tried it and it wasn't that easy. Like, I will try this again in digital because I just really want to practice it and then go in back again someday with traditional art and try it again. Because sometimes I'm just really like having my shadows. Of course, I have the dark shadows and like the lights and everything. But sometimes I want this almost kind of dramatic light, I could say. And I'm always like a little bit nervous to go in because as soon as you have your shadows, you can't make it like that, at least not with traditional art like this. Maybe you can do this with acrylics or gouache or anything like that, but not actually with markers. Okay, you could actually use your colorless blender, but it would look really blotchy, how it's actually called, blotchy, I believe. It wouldn't look good. And yeah, I really struggled because I used a little bit of different kind of tones also, like having the light colors, but the shading was a little bit different than I usually use. And here's the mistake, I can already tell you. In the picture, because the lightning and darkness is both really strong available, I could say she kind of have this darker eye rings, I could say, but they turned out kind of like panda eyes, and I don't like that. Like, she looks a little bit sickly, and I didn't want it that. Like, I didn't intend to, and I should have used a lighter violet for the shading, but I somehow ended up with this really dark one. And at the end, when I wasn't recording anymore, I was just like trying again to make it a little bit lighter. But that was one thing that I was just really angry about, ruining her eyes. Like, she looks really just like if she didn't sleep for like quite some time. So yeah, I'm not that happy with it, to be honest. I'm not that happy with it. Like, I love the other shading and I love her lips. They look really like just really nice. But I'm just really trying and rescue it, and I don't like, if the eyes weren't that dark, it wouldn't be even that bad, but I just really wanted a nice contrast, so I just let the skin be. I think I will go in later again and started coloring her eyes and also in a bit her hair. And yeah, I'm just really happy actually with the hair color. I was thinking about what would be nice to not have natural hair color but a little bit something special. And because she has flowers in her hand, I thought about giving her some greenish colored hair, and I just really think it's suits her and it's really cute. I don't often use green colors for hair, and I just really like green colors are really pretty, and actually I think even anime characters have mostly different colored eyes hair, but not that often green. Like, I know a few, but actually there aren't that much of uh green hair colored characters, are there? Do you know any? Like, I have like, I believe 3 that would come into my mind. Actually 3 that would come into my mind, only 3. I've looked, no, 3, 4, okay, at least 4 characters that I know. And let me know in the comments if you're an anime manga fan. Do you have some? Maybe they are the same. I won't tell mine only after you tell me your characters that you know with green hair, because I just really want to see what characters are in your mind or you know them, and then I will tell you mine. So if you want to like, let me know, then just put it in the chat or in the comments. I really like to interact with you guys, so feel free to just comment and I will answer as soon as possible. And yeah, I really wanted here to, again, with the hair, have this really strong contrast, because of course, because of the head, I mean, you have this shadow. And because one of the braids is kind of behind her and the light is coming from behind her, the braid is also darker, so I didn't want to really have a lot of details in it, and made the braid in front of her, like the one in the front, in the right side. I wanted it to be a little lighter. And yeah, after that I was like, she had this really light white kind of blouse, I believe it's called, like the shirt that she's wearing, and I tried to really give it a soft shading with a little bit of blue. I did go in with the flowers, and here's the thing that I actually just really like. That is the thing why I didn't really enjoy having the flowers in it. Just going in with all this green and trying my best to somehow make it look like this flower bouquet, or how it's called. Like, I don't like this word really, but yeah, having this and trying not to be too similar to the hair color and everything, it just wasn't that easy not to actually draw into the little white flowers. And also some flowers I didn't ink because I wanted them to be in the background, so also thinking about the color like the flower shape to not color in. Of course, inks spread, so they did get a little green and everything, but I tried my best. I really tried my best to also make the flowers that were in the background a little bit darker. So actually it isn't much better, to be honest, because now they look just like dark things. But yeah, I really tried, and after I had everything, I just did go in with a hat, and drawing the hat was kind of fun and still at the same time hard, because, you know, hats sometimes have this kind of little holes in them, so a little bit of light is actually coming through, but at the same time the light is coming from behind, but from the front a little bit too. So yeah, it's like, actually I think really the light was coming from 2 points, like from the behind a little bit, but also more from the front, because she has the dark shadow on the left cheek. Like, now I'm a little bit confused myself, but I really tried my best to give it a little bit texture and just make it look like a hat. It wasn't that easy, to be honest, because I'm not used to draw something like this, so I just really tried to give it a little bit more like the straw hat feeling. And yeah, I tried then the background, and I'm not used drawing backgrounds, especially when I do this. I really tried not to draw backgrounds because I'm not good at it, but I have to be honest, right now I'm in the phase where I just try to make really simple backgrounds to get into it, because I want my drawings to look more illustration kind of like not just only the character, but also a little bit something in behind. It doesn't have to be really fancy or detailed, but I just want something in behind. I mostly use reference or have simple ideas that I can put into with different references or without them, but with this one I just use the background from the picture, I mean, and try my best to like have this blurriness, because it's really blurry because she is in the focus. And if you aren't used to draw blurry things and don't know how to, it's not that easy at first. But actually with markers it's a little bit easier, I believe, because you can make the darker shadow on it and then just go over with a lighter color, so it blurs it out a little bit because the ink is just lifting up the darker ink, I could say. And yeah, I just tried. I will still practice a lot with this, and actually I have one more piece because I had drawn before I drew this and the one that you can see on the left, and one more. I did draw three profile pictures digitally, and I just really needed to balance it out. So I was like, okay, you have 3 digital profile pictures done. Now you will do 3 different traditional art practices, so I wouldn't get out of it, I could say, because I always tend to get a loose grip if I don't like use the medium quite more often. So if I will ever draw like with watercolors, a gouache again, I probably will have again more pieces to get into it. And yeah, it's just really like, I actually think now looking at it, it's not that bad, but I can see that I can make it a lot better, like making the background a little bit more like she belongs into it. Like, it's not bad, but especially the green part where it goes into the sky, it doesn't really look like it belongs there. Like the floor behind her, like the ground behind her, I really like because it just really suits somehow. I got this little bit blurred, but the background, I'm not really satisfied with the background. And as you can see, I also used a little bit of colored pencils to enhance the shading a little bit, and also gave her a little bit more detail and everything. I just really love to use colored pencils with markers, because also when you have the darker colored pencils and go over with it with marker again, it really just makes it even darker and just differs the drawing a little bit. And I just really enjoy making this. And yeah, this was my second practice. It didn't turn out quite the way that I wanted, but I think it's alright. Sometimes things like this happen, and you know, it can happen. I learn from it, and maybe I will redraw her someday a little bit, even more in my style, a little bit differently. But yeah, if you like this, then maybe leave a like, leave a comment. I like to interact with you guys really a lot. If you like this video and want to see more, subscribe, or even share this video with other people that would enjoy this maybe. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening and chatting with me, guys. If you're in the chat from the premiere video, thank you so much. It means a lot to me when you're actually here. And yeah, I will try to differ the content here, so I will try to have shorter and longer videos. So stay tuned, and hopefully I will see you then in the next video. See you then. Bye bye.